Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's lovely to have you here, and today we are taking a break from room makeovers. That will resume next time, but today I'm going to do a little DIY idea, or a few ideas really, for how to make some artwork for your walls, because I truly feel like artwork makes a space. Like, a room does not look finished without art on the walls. It makes it really personal and also just ties the space together. Like, it can link in different colors and a certain style, and yeah. So I've come up with some simple and inexpensive ways to fill your walls with beautiful masterpieces. Some of you may have noticed in a lot of my room makeover videos that I quite often use downloadable artwork that I get off Etsy. And because I have a home printer, it's very simple and quick for me to just get them to the right size for my frame and then print them off. Quick turnaround, art on the walls. So that is obviously a really good option, but I found some ways to make the artwork a little bit more personal to you and can be based around what kind of theme you want on the walls, maybe memories that you hold, maybe specific colors that you would quite like. And so hopefully there will be something for everybody to try. I'm not going to talk any longer because really what else is there to say except let's get to it. Okay, excuse the mess down here, but these are all of the charity shop frames I've been collecting over the past months. I basically just buy them whenever I'm in a charity shop because there's usually lots of really sort of interesting vintage looking ones, different woods and sort of brass and stuff, and they're usually very cheap, so I just buy them regardless of the artwork that's in them and then fill them with my own chosen artwork. So first up, I pick my frame, and I'm thinking to go with my little vintage lace doily that I got in a charity shop, that this square one will be best. Then take the back off and measure out a square that's going to fit nicely in the center of my border. And I've just mixed this paint colour, which is a nice dark brown, which I thought would be a really good contrast with my lacy crochet thing. And then I basically just need to turn it over when it's dry and secure it to the original mount. I got lucky in this instance because the mount actually was going to go with my overall design. Not always so nice. And once that's secured, I can attach my doily. I don't know if this is what it's actually called. I keep on saying the word doily. I think that's kind of what it is. So I just lay out the fabric and see how it works in the space. And then I've just got some small strips of double-sided tape so that I can put those in various places and attach the doily on top without it showing through. I did actually do 2 extra bits in the end to make sure it was very secure. And then carefully transfer it into the frame, making sure that nothing's squished, popping down any edges that might have turned up. And then I put the back on, do up those really annoying clasps, and that artwork is done. So I found this really cool app called Brushstroke, which basically means that you can take any photo in your camera roll and add these filters, which all have different painterly effects on. Some of them are watercolor, some of them are paint dabs, some of them are a bit crazy, like these ones, quite Matisse style. And yeah, you just find the one you like. There's color effects that you can also layer on top, and I eventually went for this one. And then you can also choose different canvas types. And this was the other picture that I use. These are both photos that I took myself on 2 different holidays. This was when I went to Venice, obviously. And you just mess around and see which filter works the best, basically. It's like Instagram, but with art filters. Each photo seems to work slightly differently with different effects. And then when you're happy with the changes, you can just save it. I'm going to take it one step further, and you can too if you have Photoshop. To have something properly mounted and framed can be quite pricey, and charity shop frames are great, but they might not always have the kind of mount or any mount that you want. So I'm going to create a faux one. I've started by measuring the area that I need to fill according to the frame that I've chosen, and then opened up my artwork that I edited with the app. And then I'm just playing around with the colors to make them suit my aesthetic a bit more. So I wanted to make some of the reds a bit more yellow, and I wanted to mute some of the blues and greens in it, and basically make it look a little bit more vintage and old. So there's no right or wrong on this. It's just basically the look that you like. Having a little bit of a play around and seeing what happens. And yeah, I just added a little bit more warmth to it. Then I drag this into my pre-sized canvas area, and it doesn't need to go all the way to the edge, because as I said, we're going to create a mount. And then what I need to do is create a new layer, pick a color for my mount, and then place this over the top. And then I select the space that I want to cut out for my mount, and I've deleted that. Then I got this texture just off the internet, which is like a canvas texture, to make it a little bit more realistic. And I placed this layer over the top, deleted that space in the middle again, and then just played around with the color a little bit. And I actually have clicked on the layer style multiply so that the texture goes a little bit see-through and looks like it's blending in and part of the color of the mount. Then I'm going to add a drop shadow by clicking on the layer styles, and you can play around with the color. It doesn't have to be black. Actually, it's more natural if it isn't. You can play around with the opacity and the size of that drop shadow until you're happy with how you want it. This means that your mount looks like it's standing off the artwork in relief. I decided that we were missing a little bit of shadow down the bottom, so I've selected inside the mount. Then on a new layer, I'm just using my brush tool, a really hazy, fluffy brush tool, just to go around that edge, and then pick a color that I want it to be in. And then I'm going to use my layer styles again and just select multiply once again. So this then sits on top of the image and kind of blends in. And I just changed my mount color. And then I was looking at it and I thought, actually, now the artwork looks too close in color to the mount. There's not enough contrast. So I have added a color layer over the top. So this is a new layer, and then again I'm going to put this over the artwork underneath the mount, and I'm going to change the layer option to multiply once more and just bump down the opacity so it's not so intense, but then now I've got a nice contrast between the artwork and the mount. Then I just printed off my artwork. I have a home printer, so I used that, but you can send it off somewhere, get it printed really reasonably. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got some ideas for yourself that you might be able to use in your own home. And if you don't have Photoshop for the mounting technique, then the app is really inexpensive to buy, accessible for anyone just on their phone. You can use photographs from your phone, so very, very straightforward. And my lace doily trick can be done with anything really. There are lots of really nice, unusual fabrics that you can find, particularly in charity shops and thrifting. Perhaps a bit of material that you like, but you don't actually like the thing that it is. For instance, like a cushion cover or a garment, or sometimes there are like random curtains in charity shops. So, you know, you can totally get creative with that and put it on whatever color background you want. So if you did like this video, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up. Also, if you aren't already subscribed to this channel and you like this kind of content, DIY projects, little makes, interior, room makeovers, and hopefully I will be doing a bit more thrifting content in the future, which is one of my favorite things to do, but literally have not had any time to do that. I digress. If you'd like to follow along with any more everyday stuff, things that I'm doing at home or working on, or just general life, then do follow me on Instagram at The Lovely Drawer. Very simple. And next time I will be back with the main bathroom reveal. I hope. I mean, now I've said that, I kind of feel like I'm accountable to actually do it. So hey, why not? Let's go for it. Yeah, next time be back with the main bathroom makeover for you, and I'm very excited because it is renter friendly. For all you renters out there, get excited after my last video on the dining room where I failed to make it renter friendly. Things are looking up for you guys out there, you renters waiting patiently in the wings. Anyway, until then, I will say goodbye and have a lovely week.